Hey Doomers around the planet, what's happening in the world? This is Doom Wizard style reporting where I just hammer out what comes to mind, a few things that grind my gears. Last week was notable given that the Pope said that the world was collapsing from climate change. If you've been paying attention, then you'd pretty much agree. Although, I can't get over the fact that boomers and people of the older generations who exhibit narcissistic, self centered, and asshole like qualities don't have to pay for the repercussions of their decisions. They don't have to face the consequences of living their lifestyle and driving their Ferraris and flying as often as they can. Yes, I know young people are having children, which is just as bad, but actually, I'm going to take all of that back and rein it in because you reap what you sow. If you live a life that's a lie, then you're going to pay for that. The order is reciprocity. Everything goes in circles. That's a throwback. It kept me sane, believe it or not. You know what I'm talking about. Israeli-Hamas conflict continues with over 1,100 casualties or deaths on both sides. Perhaps they had a hiccup in their security defense system or some intel information so that Hamas could carry out its attack. Either way, no historian or anyone of reasonable intellect sees it coming to an end anytime soon. Meanwhile, across the water, OPEC leaders and those meeting at COP in Dubai wonder when can we pull the plug on fossil fuels? As if it's that easy. Meanwhile, copper mines are running low. It is becoming much harder to extract the resources to create this green new economy. Right. Because we can get all the 18-wheelers off the road, stop distributing meat, and somehow take care of another million babies born each day. Yes, I know I live in the States. We are definitely a consumer, something like 3, 4, 7 times amount of energy we use to maintain our lifestyle, which I'm not proud of. But it was the system by design that we were forced to. Lately, I've been, on side note, I've been recommended in my feed Mark Fisher's Capitalism Realism. It isn't the first time I've come around to his work, but it seems to come in circles with his points, among many, that in capitalism, we come up against this roadblock where we can't imagine a better system. We can't even talk to each other, okay? This is what we were force-fed from birth, is to consume and be a part of the working system. Yes, that means 40-hour work weeks. It means buy the new iPhone. It means Mark Zuckerberg wants you to put on a goggle and look at video games. Okay, because that's all really VR is good for. And meetings, like Zoom calls. So there are several species going extinct, changing topics, back to climate. So much in store for us, and we are clearly not reducing emissions in any capacity. Next year is going to be a doozy with the solar maximum cycle, El Nino, and the elections going on all at once. Meanwhile, IMF and World Monetary Funds are concerned about the bond sell-off and financial problems around the world, not to mention in Libya. So many problems all occurring at once, and there's no suitable leaders coming to the forefront. I am pretty sickened with people even talking about the election as if anyone we elect would change the business as usual paradigm that we're on. So what can you do? You can reevaluate your goals and priorities, try to foster a community, call someone once a week, talk to them for an hour. If any one of you called me, I would gladly talk to you about anything you wanted. I'm almost perhaps too available. Not a bad thing. Being sensitive is a good thing. I prefer to be around people who practice some tenets of Buddhism, who respect others, and their boundaries. But back to happiness. Call somebody, read something intellectually insightful, even if it is from another time period. Contemplate a larger than life, or making yourself smaller in the larger sense of life. This is ideas brought forward by this Harvard professor, which I agree with, pretty good mentions. And it's important to have hobbies still. I know it seems futile and useless, and it is. It often feels like, personally, I don't even exist. I do this because my genetics and my upbringing inquire that I report and bear witness to the faculties of human civilization, to the downfall of our way of life. And along the way, I'm a human, I'm not the Buddha. I get frustrated, as I began this talk, about entitled boomers, entitled narcissistic people. Man, how they are entitled to think that they deserve to be angry or upset. The universe did not give you anything. It just plopped you here. A reminder. You come in with nothing and you leave with nothing. So this has been your What's Happening in the World report, somewhat personal story. I appreciate all my subscribers. Because of you, I have a roof, radiator, kind of like those old school ones, they used to have, but it's portable and it's way better now, way much better. And I think I'm going to get straight. Yeah, I've been a rather heavy cannabis user the past 3 years, in fact, more. I'm open about that use on my channel, as are many other people. And reason why is I don't have a plug, 1, 2, saving money. And so that means that the quality of my content might change a little bit. I might be a little bit less abstract and more direct and forward, like I'm recording now. But also makes me, tends to lean me to be more appreciative of some things, like you guys, like this community. It's like, what am I doing at this point? I'm reporting and bearing witness, as all of you are, to the complete and utter total failure of human species to get it together, all right, this late in the game, as clearly we're not. We are still fighting with each other. And it's building up more. Okay, Russia and North Korea are exchanging arms. I mean, how are we not building up to a world war at this point? Okay, China is building a nuclear submarine capable of using nuclear attacks. We're not stopping. And I know many of you are in relationships, intimate relationships, and congrats. It would be absolutely mind-blowing if I met a woman at this point that was remotely attracted to me, that would love me for who I am. If I can't have love from the opposite sex, then I can surely have this community, which is powerful. Greatest decision I've ever made was to start this channel. And it's going to get worse and worse. So, enjoy the good times while they last. It's been fun talking to you guys. Leave a comment below what's on your mind lately, what you've been up to. Keep your relationships strong if you have them. Call somebody once a week. Take care of your spirit, because this is the best we'll ever have it. Have a good week. I'll catch you in the next one.